Hello, Pawpaw people. So I'm here with a familiar face from the past. It's Karsen Barnhart, and we're here to talk a little bit today about something exciting he's got coming back to Pawpaw. Carson, you've got a football camp coming up here real soon.
Yes, I do. Very excited about it.
What are you trying to do here?
Uh, Looking to get back to the kids and get back to the community because, growing up, I didn't really have too many opportunities to have college camps when I was younger, and I feel like it's another cool way for me to connect with the community and the community to connect with me and players that I like. A lot of my friends that I play with here. So,
Nice. And I hear rumor is you're going to bring some of them back with you.
yep. Uh, right now, I got three for sure. It's Trevor Keegan, Braden McGregor, and Cade McNamara.
That's awesome. That's
Yep.
that's so cool. It's so cool that you're willing to bring everything back to the community and kind of keep with your roots. And it's also great that you're close enough that you can do that just down the road in Ann Arbor.
Yep.
So we've got another thing going on over here in Pawpaw. I'm sure you're a little bit aware of, and we're trying to pass a school bond. And I wanted to get your thoughts a little bit on some of the things that we've got going on this bond issue. So one of the things that we're looking at doing is we're as adding a multi-purpose space. And since you're one of the more prominent athletes ever to come out of Pawpaw, I'm going to stick to the athletic side of the bond for this conversation because we are doing a lot of great things academically in there too. But one of the things that blends academics and athletics is this bond is going to build a multi-purpose athletic facility that will allow us to bring kids home or get kids home earlier. Do you remember that being a problem when you were in school?
Yeah, for the 3 years I was on varsity for basketball, it was always practice from 8 to 10, and then it would just suck that you get done at 10, then you gotta go home, and then you gotta be up at 6 the next day. It was just like such a hassle from uh, going to class, going to school, and then having to go home and then come back for practice, and then go back home, and then get up early the next day. It was just like with this new bond, it's so easy for families and kids to get home earlier and things like that.
And I
So
got to ask you, going to a school like Michigan, I think if your study habits had been a little better coming out of high school, it probably would have helped you. I would say.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I think so too. Not that you're not doing a great job, but I think just getting you home earlier. Then the second half of this bond, and this has been a little bit controversial around town because you know the history with Pawpaw football and how much people love Phelan Field. And our
Yeah.
plan is we're still going to keep Phelan Field in use if this bond passes, and we're going to use it as a middle school field. So it'll still get lots of use. But do you have any recollection or memories of traveling over from the high school to Phelan and any advantages you could see putting something like this at the high school instead of over there across town?
I just remember always we'd have a little walkthrough before the game in the wrestling room at the high school, and then we'd all drive to Phelan Field, and it was just such a hassle from going from the high school to Phelan Field. Maybe somebody forgets something, and then oh crap, they got to come back, grab knee pads or whatever. But with it being at the high school, none of those problems you'd be able to run into. So I think it's a great idea for the field to be built back there.
Yeah, a couple other things that we're looking at. We're looking at putting in some turf. And I know that we were talking a minute ago offline about some of the challenges you had going through with field conditions, and we were able to fix it. Do you think turf would impact the ability for Pawpaw to put a good quality squad out there?
Definitely. One thing with turf, everybody's faster on it. That was what they say. Being able to clean up the field a lot easier. Not less of a hassle. Like with grass, you got to make sure it's perfect. This and that. You got to watch out for all the little holes and things that have going on with it. And then turf, it's just it's all the same. You're getting everything the same time.
Yeah, and I think if you can think back to your high school playing days, now you've played in some pretty big stadiums in the with the Wolverines and under some pretty big spotlights. So it's hard to
Yeah.
think back to the little side of life. But
No.
when you think of some of the stadiums that you played in the Wolverine, how do you feel like we stacked up against some of the newer stadiums?
I remember always going to Otsego, playing well. Vicksburg, they all had the nice turf, and man, this would be pretty cool if we had this to play on the whole time, and not have to worry about rain, this and that, and screwing up our field. So
So I'm just kind of more thinking about football, less worried about the conditions that you had to play in.
yeah,
Yeah, well, that's great. Carson, I want to say thank you for keeping the community in your mind as you go through and do all this stuff. It's super important to all of us that when people leave, they remember where they came from and are willing to come back and help out. So, thanks for taking some time. I'm going to be out at the football camp for sure. I'm going to get some pictures.
Awesome.
Make sure that we get this promoted. And hopefully this is something that's not just a one-time deal, and you guys can keep coming back and putting that influence out and getting this youth on the same path you're on.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And
Good deal. Well, I appreciate the time, Carson. I know you're a busy man, so I'll let you go. But thank you so much for coming in and doing what you do for Pawpaw.
thanks for having me.
All right.